Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz here, host of the Raiders Report. And in the fifth round of the 2024 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders have selected Ohio State linebacker Tommy Eichenberg. Let me know down below how you're feeling about this pick, because coming up here on today's show, I'm going to tell you the strengths, the weaknesses, the overall draft profile of Eichenberg, why Antonio Pierce and Tom Telesco decided to roll with him. How is he going to be able to fit with Patrick Graham, Mike Caldwell, overall this entire linebacker room for this organization, and then why I sneakily think there is a certain reason why the Raiders decided to go with Eichenberg here. So give me a yes, give me a no. Do you like the pick by the Las Vegas Raiders? I'm telling you this, I do like the pick. Eichenberg was a player that we brought up multiple times on the show during the offseason, and one of the things that I said, and I've continuously said it during this live stream, is the Raiders want guys that love football. Eichenberg loves football, has been regarded by some of his Ohio State teammates, by some of the Ohio State coaches, by some of these NFL draft guys as being one of the smartest linebackers in this year's draft. And when you can find a guy that just finds himself around the football a bunch, I do think that shows that there is a lot of really good value there. Our NFL draft expert, Tom Downey, likes him a lot at 6'2", 233 pounds. Tom has him as the overall grade of 141, so some value there as his 8th overall linebacker. And if I am a guy like Eichenberg, I'm going, this might be the perfect spot for me. I get to learn behind Robert Spillane, a guy who's coming off a career year. I get to learn from Antonio Pierce, a linebacker that was a UDFA that turned himself into a Super Bowl champion, into a head coach in the NFL. If I'm Tommy Eichenberg, I look at Divine Diablo's got 1 year left on his deal. And then outside of that, I got a legit shot here to be a starting linebacker after me being drafted in round 5. He might not be the starter this season, but this is going to be somebody that's a sponge. It's going to be somebody that absorbs a lot of information, and he's going to be a dude that fans are going to fall in love with because, again, if you're trying to build Roman one day, you're looking to build guys that love to go out there and they love the ball. We got a saying here at Chat Sports, it's about giving a shit. I don't care what you do in life. If you're Justin Abjin, you want to be the best plumber in the world. If you're Nathan Wolf, you want to be the best wolf in that wolf pack. If you want to be successful in today's day and age, it's about giving a shit. I give a shit about the Raiders Report. Y'all give a shit about the Raiders. Tommy Eichenberg gives a shit about football, and that's the shit that I like. If you give a shit about the Raiders, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, because we're free. We're breaking the entire draft down, and we're going to be making videos every single day during the entire offseason. Here is our scouting report on Mr. Eichenberg. Tough player with a good motor and decent straight line speed. Can immediately contribute in run defense. Below average athletic ability, often led to his struggles in coverage. And I know a lot of the times I say I want a linebacker that can cover. But I will also say I took a major L happily last year because I said Robert Spillane was a bad coverage linebacker. If you saw what the Raiders were able to do with Robert Spillane, to me, Eichenberg is the cut from the exact same cloth of what happened with Spillane. If I'm the Raiders, I go, why not take a player that reminds me exactly of Spillane, his strengths, his weaknesses, and I go, well, if I can turn Robert Spillane into a player, why can I not turn a guy like Tommy Eichenberg into a very successful linebacker into the National Football League? I'll continue to break down a little bit more ins and outs around Eichenberg. I know a few people wanted the Raiders to take Spencer Rattler. He was actually just drafted by the New Orleans Saints at 150 overall. Tells you a little bit about what they think about Derek Carr, right? I'll also tell you what I think about today's sponsor, Game Time. I love Game Time. They are the #1 ticketing app out there, and I want you to download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their best price guaranteed, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets. Easy to find and buy your tickets for every kind of event in your area is why I love Game Time. The lowest price guaranteed. You can also see your view from all seats in the venue. I love that all-in prices. And if you're watching the show right now and you're like, Mitch, all right, you've said it 100 times during this live broadcast, I want to get started with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Use code CHATSPORTS, that's CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. I don't care if you're trying to go to a baseball, hockey, basketball, football game next season. Game Time is the spot for you. That I can promise you. Let's go to one of my most well-respected guys in the business, Dane Brugler from The Athletic. Eichenberg isn't a proven playmaker in coverage, but he understands pursuit, angles, and displays outstanding key read flows, skilled versus the run. He has the talent, football character, and feel for the game to earn a starting job during his NFL rookie training camp. Brugler gives him a fourth round grade, and the Raiders were able to get him here in round 5. I cannot tell you enough how much I love this fit. Now, again, Robert Spillane to me is the only guy that legitimately has a role on this team. If the season were to start today, yes, Divine Diablo would obviously also be a starter. But to me, this is you're trying to find somebody that can also compete up there when you're trying to go with 3 linebacker sets, that you're going to put Eichenberg out there. Because, again, this isn't a regime that drafted Amari Burney. Yes, they like Darian Butler because of his connection with AP, but, again, not a guy that they love. Kanai Malga is simply just a depth piece that they're going to use for practice squad. I look at this team as going, okay, we believe that we're going to be in the lead of some games and we're going to rely on our defense here, right? The other part of why I love this pick is because if your front 4 is dominating, that also really, really helps your linebackers be able to fill up some of those holes and slow down the running game. And if you're dominating in the trenches, that means a lot of times you're going to have one-on-one opportunities for Eichenberg. Eichenberg's going to be able to take care of those opportunities and go bring down the ball carrier. Again, not the best sideline-to-sideline guy, but a lot of the moves that the Raiders made today, they're taking based on need, and they're taking some players that they believe fit their mold of love football, going to bring that Raider mentality, and are going to be a solid high IQ football type of guy. You went Bowers, you went Powers Johnson, Delmar, Glaze, all players that have been reportedly loving football from their coaches. Again, today then, you go with another long limb cornerback into Decamerion Richardson. Somebody loves to tackle. Somebody loves to be physical. Tommy Eichenberg loves to tackle, loves to be physical. My question to the nation out there is this. You got picked 208, 223, and 229. What position should the Raiders draft next? I want you to let me know down below. When I look at some of the other draft notes that I have here on Eichenberg, Eichenberg is a passionate and tough with the desired mindset of an inside linebacker. While he plays with good physicality and a point of attack, he's more of a fit and fill linebacker than one who will make plays and disrupt what the offense is trying to do in the run game. He's got straight line moving tackle ability. Maybe you decide to put him at special teams as well. I know that the later and later you get in the draft, one of the things that I look for is upside, and I think because you had success with Spillane, you can see that potential upside there with Eichenberg, but also on top of all that, I want a guy that I believe is going to be a successful player for 3 to 4 years, and because of that, I do think Eichenberg could potentially be one of those guys. I did say what position should the Raiders draft next. It definitely depends on best player available, some of the other guys on the board. At the time that I'm making this video, and again, the Raiders, you got 148, you don't pick again until 208. I would say watch out for the Raiders, depending if a quarterback like Jordan Travis is available. I think wide receiver could be another position to look at, or you decide to start filling up some of those needs at safety, finding some of those extra gunners on special teams. If you don't already know, I'm on IG, I'm on Twitter, at Mitchell Renz 365, and my guy Jeremy Chugs and I, we've been turning up all day. We've been here since, 11 a.m. Eastern time. It's getting wet. It's getting wild on the Raiders Report. And if you're watching this and you're watching this with your buddies, you're watching this by yourself, and you're like, you know what, Mitch? I can go put on my drinking pants. Go put them on. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm ready to rally. I'm ready to ball out for the rest of the third round, day 3 of the 2024 NFL Draft.